Hey, what's up, everyone? Brent here again with Southern Sounds, one of my newest designs. Really cool design, actually very modern. It's very similar to a lot of my previous ones, but some of the power on it is very modern. What it is 14 12s. Here they are. They're called the Warden series from Incriminator Audio. As you can see here, it is a ported box. In case you haven't watched any of my other videos, it goes, the port, obviously, as you can see there, it starts there and goes down and it just turns up on the last set of woofers, which is back here. It's got a very large port on it for obvious reasons. Very, very strong, because I balanced the lows, the sub bass, with the mids and mid range and then mid bass. So I have almost an equal amount of power on the subwoofers as I do the mid range and mid bass, as well as the highs. I went with Stetsom for power. As you can see here, it's got two 14,000 watt amplifiers. I'm pretty sure they're linkable. They're probably the most impressive amps I've researched. I've never installed one, and I've never bought one, and of course I've never tested one. He had it on a clamp, but it is, from what their numbers say, man, it is one of the most impressive amps I've ever seen, straight up. I mean, not because it has, 14,000 watts, but the fact that, they're literally feeding with one power block. That's crazy. It's one of those amps like where I would buy and just take the cover off on it straight away just to see what kind of technology they're working with. It's crazy. Something of this amp like this usually has triple power blocks on it. They're really winding up the power inside that amp. That's why I noticed it's got 3 fans on it. It gets hot as shit. The guy who actually holds the SPL record to hit 183. He's out of Brazil. He used these amps, which they're out of Brazil too. It's just really impressive. Seriously though, look at these numbers. 14,000. This is all at 12 and 13.8, man. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go up to 14, you can go up to 15. 14.4. You're doing shit. 14. That's quite a bit, man. That's like so you go 16. Yeah, right around what I was looking for. 32, 33,000. That's really impressive. Just on the subs, I was at 35,000. And then I got 2 strapped, in which I probably would need the 7,000s, but I chose those. So it's around 60. It's strong, very strong. So you can see it's got the probably going to do 2 videos on this enclosure. It's got not trade size 2-inch, but actual 2-inch. So it'd be like 1.25 aluminum along with the brackets. And it's fastened down to, this is just a laminated, it doesn't have to be laminated, you can actually stain it whatever you like, but it's a Brazilian cherry wood grain. And then I went with gloss black all the way around. As you can see, it looks really nice, man. Like, this thing's not only straight up high SPL, but it's quality and show. It's awesome. I also went with a wood grain accent right there. It's like an inlay. I think it was 30, but yeah, it's like 65,000. Definitely you could compete in any class with it. It's got 27 total batteries from Odyssey. The Extreme series, they're very good. They have a good reserve and ampacity. What else on these things? Oh, the subwoofers are, I said this earlier, the Warden series. It's their largest ones. I think they're like, what are they? They're 3,000, I think. I think they're around 3,000 each. So yeah, it's strong. It's real strong. It's got a lot of bracing on the inside though. As you can see, I went with 3 braces because, like I said, previous videos, that SPL, man, when it's going, it's gonna literally try to move anything that's in its way, whether it's a panel, it doesn't matter what it is, clothing. It'll try to rip the damn meter off the damn windshield. Seriously though. So therefore, even the roof on here has to be very strong. So not just either 1 stripper pole or 2. I had to go with 3 because it'll flex that roof. I mean, it'll flex the walls. It'll flex everything that's in its way. So it's very strong. It's got bracing all along the this wall, all through here. So 1, 2, 3, and then the same thing, and then just 1 here, but then 1, 2, 3, and then it also in between this point and then each of this this point and then the ends. All the ends have vertical strength. So that's why I added the 3rd one, because I wasn't able to fit equal amount of braces. So I have like 1 here and 1 here, and then this compensates for the one that's not able to be installed in the middle. I had to install them on the ends. Yeah, it's awesome. Of course, it's got the spray in on it. Very, very long. It's got, I mean, it's 70 inches, I think it was. I actually had 64 there, but then it's like 70 inches. I added another row of batteries on it for obvious reasons. I mean, these things, especially with an amp like this technology being 100% digital, I mean, even their supply voltage on here is like 9 volts. So in reality, it'll probably operate efficient, not necessarily efficient, but it'll probably operate at like 11 volts. They're just showing the range. That's the whole idea of digital, is that no matter what you supply it with, it'll operate as long as it's within that range. One of the ideas of it anyways. But yeah, I mean, you can even see here 600 amp, you know what I mean, and then it's getting 1200. I mean, it's very modern, if not the most modern amplifier I've ever seen, like, unless it's the numbers aren't correct. But I don't know, man, the guy's got a straight up SPL record doing 183. Like, that's that's crazy. Yeah, they're out of Brazil. Check them out. Stetsom. They also make a way to. So, for example, they make it's like a line drive. Well, it's really a power supply. Really, you can take these batteries. So, for example, like 27 batteries, you can run them in series instead of parallel. Like, I always run everything in parallel. And I'll talk about this in my next video. I had to do a part 2. But you have, you can go like 200, 300 volts by this, this power distribution center that they sell. And they sell like 3 or 4 of them. So, I mean, it's an really impressive company. I never knew about it because it was, from South America. It's from Brazil. It's just a really, I don't know how new it is. I imagine it's not old, it being digital. But, I strapped them on the highs and mids. It would have tremendous amount of power. Let me make another video. Check out my website, southernsounds2zs.webs.com.